All right, today we're diving into what's probably the next huge leap for AI. We're moving beyond AI that can just talk a good game to AI that can actually do things for you in the real world. This is the moment AI gets its hands, a toolbox, and a to-do list.
You know that feeling, right? That frustration when you ask your AI assistant to book a flight or check on an order or even do some simple math and it just says, sorry, I can't do that, but here's a link to how you can do it. It's like having a brilliant expert who can't lift a finger to help. Well, hang on, because that's all about to change.
So let's get right to the core of this shift. On one side, you've got your standard large language model. Think of it as a brilliant librarian who's read every single book in a library that never gets new editions. On the other side, you have an AI agent. This is that same brilliant brain, but now it's been given a phone, a credit card, and the keys to the car. It's not just a librarian anymore. It's a personal assistant ready to run your errands. To really wrap our heads around why this is such a big deal, we first need to understand the fundamental problem holding back most of today's AI. I like to call it the glass box problem.
See, the big issue with a standard LLM is that its entire brain is basically a snapshot of the internet, frozen in time. It's massive for sure, but it can't learn anything new on its own. It's trapped inside its own training data, totally cut off from what's happening right now.
And you don't have to take my word for it. A recent Microsoft research paper just nails it. They say these models suffer from a reliance on static internal knowledge and text-only reasoning. Now, this isn't some minor bug. It's the root cause of all those weird and inaccuracies and hallucinations we hear about, where an AI just confidently makes stuff up because its knowledge is stale. I mean, just think about your day-to-day. A standard LLM can't tell you the weather outside your window because right now is always changing. It often messes up precise math because it's just predicting what numbers look right together, not actually calculating. And forget about it booking a flight or logging into your company's software. It's a brilliant brain in a jar. Okay, so how do we get that brain out of the jar? Well, that's where we take what's called the agentic leap forward. This is all about smashing that glass box and finally connecting the AI to the world outside. And the key idea here has a name: agentic reasoning. It's basically the ability for an AI to stop just talking and to start interacting. This means it can actually use tools, connect to APIs, and browse websites to find the latest info or get things done for you. And the way it works is actually a really simple but super powerful loop. First, the agent thinks about what you've asked it to do. Second, it queries the right tool for the job, maybe a calculator or a flight booking website. Third, it observes what that tool tells it. And finally, it thinks again, using that new piece of information to decide its next step. Simple, right? But it's a total game changer. And check this out. You can see the difference right here. On the left, a standard LMM completely botches a math problem by trying to, just talk its way to the answer. But on the right, the AI agent is smart enough to go, whoa, this is math, call a simple calculator tool, and boom, it gets the right answer. It's not guessing anymore, it's problem solving. But okay, just giving an AI a bunch of tools is one thing. How do you actually teach it to use them reliably? I mean, you can't just hand it a hammer and expect it to build a house, right? Well, there's a secret sauce to making this all click. And the secret really is that you have to specifically train it, or fine-tune it, as they say, to reason about how to use its tools. If you skip this step, the AI can be super inefficient, wildly expensive to run, and just plain unreliable. And here it is. This is the secret sauce. When you're training these agents, you don't just show them the right answer. You make them show their work. You see this special thinking block? You're forcing the AI to literally talk itself through the problem step by step. This is how it learns to figure out what you want, pick the exact right tool, and use it perfectly. So it really is like building the perfect school curriculum for the AI. You're creating a data set where every example shows that full chain of thought. It has to see the reasoning and the final action. You even give it examples of what not to do, making sure it learns from a ton of different high-quality scenarios. Okay, so you've trained your agent. It's smart, it knows how to use its tools. But how do you know if it's actually ready for the real world? How can you trust it with really important, mission-critical stuff, say, in a business? You need a final exam, right? And that's where something called the classic benchmark comes in. Now, this isn't some made-up academic test. This is a tough evaluation based on over 2,000 real conversations from businesses, think IT, HR, and banking. It's designed to see how these agents hold up when the stakes are real. And when you look at the results, wow, it tells a really interesting story. It doesn't just grade on accuracy, it looks at cost, latency, accuracy, stability, and security. So for example, the specialized Acera model is the most accurate and the cheapest to run. But look at GPT-4o, it's way faster. And then you have Claude 3.5 Sonnet, which is nearly perfect on security.
So what does this all mean? Well, it means there's no one-size-fits-all best agent. A company that handles sensitive financial data might pick the ultra-secure model, even if it's a bit less accurate. But a busy customer service desk might need the absolute fastest one, even if it costs more. It's all about finding the right balance for the job. So all of this is leading us to one place, a future that is absolutely agentic. We're really witnessing a fundamental change in what AI can even do, from being a passive, know-it-all to an active, helpful doer. So let's just do a quick recap of how we got here. We started with these brilliant AIs that were trapped in a box. Then, agentic reasoning gave them tools to actually interact with the world. After that, we figured out how to train them so they could use those tools reliably. And now we have tough, real-world benchmarks to make sure they're safe and effective. That is the complete journey from a thinker to a doer. And that leaves us with one last and I think really exciting question for you. The tech is finally here. AI can connect to the world and take real action. So what's the first tedious, complicated, or just plain annoying problem that you would hand off to your own personal AI agent? The possibilities are really just starting to open up.